What's up, everybody? The theory video I wanted to shoot today and talk to you all about a little bit was the concept of the Age of Creation that was pitched at the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Maybe what it is, who knows about it, and why Cloud wasn't exactly puzzled as to where he was at the end of the game and Sephiroth was talking to him. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into how much about the Age of Creation Aerith probably knows about, and a few other things. So first off, the thing I want to tackle is the fact that Cloud and Sephiroth at the end of the game, Cloud's brought there, and he said he says it in a way that he knows where he's at, like it comes to him all of a sudden, right? Once he's there and he sees his surroundings, he's not conscious of the Age of Creation, but once he's there, he realizes what it is. I think, again, that's because the planet is talking to him, and that goes back to my theory video about Cloud possibly being a Cetra. And if you haven't watched that video, you can click the top of the video right now and go check that one out, and come back here and watch more of this when you're done. But the big thing about this theory is that Cloud is about probably a quarter or an eighth Cetra. Like, not super diluted past the point of being like a 16th or something like that. So the planet has been talking to Cloud. The planet's talking to Cloud throughout the remake. It's showing him visions of the future, things that are supposed to come to pass that may not come to pass, and it really gets heavy toward the end of the game. But I believe he has downloaded this knowledge from the planet. He didn't know it was there until he was there. And that makes sense a lot of times, almost like deja vu, like you've been somewhere before. I think that's what Cloud's experiencing there at the end of that. He understands what the Age of Creation is. Sephiroth is talking to him about it. Sephiroth also goes on to say, what lies ahead does not yet exist, but we will become a part of it one day. That tells me the whole theory about everything being on one big time loop and not alternate dimensions and stuff like that, the timeline they're experiencing, and this is a big point leading up to everything I've been talking about with cyclical time loops, everything they've been experiencing will someday go into the collected knowledge there at the Edge of Creation. And when the new time cycle begins, what they are doing right then will be recorded history. What they are doing in that infinite time loop will be recorded there. So when Cloud and Sephiroth meet again later on in another time loop, what they are doing right there will have become a part of that archived history of existence. So I know that seems like a pretty simple explanation, but I think that's cut and dry right there. You know, they'll become a part of it one day when it's all said and done in this time cycle, this time loop of creation, whether it's just Gaia or the entire universe in existence, probably pretty out there, far-reaching theory. But once that's all said and done and the new loop begins, then their story will become a part of that collective knowledge, which is what Cloud is getting. Cloud's getting, Sephiroth has seen all of it already, Aerith knows about it, the planet's telling her about it. These three key people know all about what's going on. Aerith is being given the knowledge freely. Sephiroth is deceiving the planet and the energy of the planet into giving him that knowledge. And Cloud is receiving it unknowingly. So you've got these three different forces at work. Something important to remember about this scene too is that Cloud and Sephiroth aren't physically there. Like when Cloud goes in for the killing blow on Whisper Roth there at the end of the game, and all the whispers scatter and his body disintegrates, Cloud is still sitting there squinting his eyes, and they are, after that's all said and done, they are placed back where they would be in their own reality. But physically he's only there for like a second. He's only there physically for like a second until they are placed back outside of Midgar. Mentally, he's there mentally with Sephiroth. He's being shown by Sephiroth, who is manipulating the flow and the will of the planet. His dominion and victory over the Whispers and Fate is absolute at this point. Sephiroth has used Cloud and everybody to defeat them, So now he can come and show Cloud things plain as day. I think that's going to happen a lot in game 2 now. He's going to have an open direct line to Cloud, whereas before he didn't, because the planet was intervening. I think the planet could intervene in a certain way, so Sephiroth couldn't directly communicate with Cloud. He would have moments where he could come to Cloud in visions. Now remember, like, Sephiroth can't blow his cover with the planet. He's undercover with the planet, so he comes to Cloud sporadically, right? I feel like where the planet can convene with Cloud, Sephiroth knows this. So only when, like, the planet is preoccupied with focusing on one of the central characters and keeping them on task and not ruining fate, in those moments I feel like Sephiroth can come to Cloud mentally. Or maybe he can come to him anytime he wants. But I say that to say this. When Cloud travels mentally to go treat with Sephiroth at the end of the game, right? The planet is trying to commune with Cloud again. He's starting to have one of those headaches. Sephiroth comes up, grabs his arm, and says, "Careful now." Like, at that moment, that is Sephiroth saying, like, he is more powerful than the planet. Like, he is not allowing the planet to talk to Cloud. He is stopping it. His victory is absolute at that point. He is planetary. He is more powerful mentally and spiritually. He doesn't have a body right now. He still is separated from his body in the northern crater or whatever. He still can't awaken or whatever. He is planetary at that point. He is more powerful than the planet. He cuts off the planet trying to talk to Cloud right then. The planet's getting ready to try to warn Cloud of what is happening, right? Like, stay away from Sephiroth. Wake up. Get out of there. And Sephiroth just calmly stops it. He's like, no, no, no. No, no, no. He had to pick his spots so he didn't blow his cover deceiving the planet. You get what I'm saying? But now he has a free, open line to Cloud. He can do whatever he wants. His victory over fate is absolute. He used Cloud and everybody to get that done. So they're having this conversation. He's telling Cloud everything he wants Cloud to know. Now, what does he need Cloud's help with? We have no idea. I've got 3 different theories on what it could be. I'll say those 3 real quick. 1, he needs Cloud to kill Aerith. He needs Cloud to, if it's not kill Aerith, he needs Cloud to manipulate Aerith in some way. Like, I think Sephiroth realizes that, killing Aerith has screwed him over in the past so many times, so now I think he needs Aerith to do something. I think he needs Cloud to do that. The easy answer is to say Cloud has to kill Aerith, so that Aerith doesn't die by Sephiroth's hands. That could be. But he also may need to use Cloud to do something. Alright. So, number 2, what he needs help with, obviously, from the original game, he needs the black materia. Right? He needs the black materia. He needs Cloud to do that. That could still be in play. That could still be something that he needs Cloud to do, and they're going to keep that from the original game. I could see that happening. Or, number 3, he needs Cloud's body. He needs Cloud's body. If the theory that Cloud is descended from the Cetra and is also like this genetic petri dish of all these different things, Genova cells, S cells, maybe even G cells. We don't know this time around. Ephalna cells. If he's got all this stuff in his body, he's still maintaining his physical form. He's not degenerating or anything like that. He could not only not be a failure, but a perfect specimen, and Sephiroth may want his body. He may want to take over his body or something like that. Up in the air on that stuff. That leads to the next point. Aerith. Aerith knows and has seen the edge of creation. She knows what it is. She has seen it. Why? Because in a very kid-like manner, she painted it on the wall in the Shinra building. Alright, so this right here is the mural. Everybody's seen it, everybody knows it. This is a pretty good shot of what it looks like. So I'm going to zoom into a couple spots. So the first thing that stuck out to me really right here is the Temple of the Ancients. This is the Temple of the Ancients. I feel very strongly this is the Temple of the Ancients. There is some weird stuff going on back here in the background. If you notice in the, like a lot of people, if you haven't had a chance to look at this close up, it's pretty wild. Like in the background, really well drawn in like shadows and stuff are like these creepy images. Like here's this owl or something right here, right? And then you've got what looks like another owl or bird. Here's like a beak, here's an eye right here. And then you've got, of course, these are the Cetra, I believe. I believe that's who this is. This is probably maybe the warriors who defeated Genova, because one of them's shown with like a scepter or a sword or something right here. And these people right here holding their hands up like they're gathering the energy of the planet or something like that. About to drop a spirit bomb on Genova. Let's see. And then we've got, of course, Ifalna and Aerith right here. Then down here a little further down in the bottom left, we've got a village. I don't know if this is like a surviving tribe of Cetra that were wiped out or anything like that, or you know, they do kind of look, they're dressed kind of similar to the Cetra that are in the hologram video that you see in the Shinra building. Or I mean, we know this could be Professor Gas, right? Because Professor Gas is Aerith's real father. This could be Ifalna, right? And this could be baby Aerith, and they could have been traveling. This is obviously not Icicle Inn, right? But I mean, who knows? The possibilities are endless. What this could be, I think it definitely has something to do with like the Cetra. Look back here. This is where things start to get a little creepy, right? Look at this face right here. There's a face back here. It looks very alien, right? We all know Genova's an alien. Genova is alien, right? This looks like something very alien or something very evil right here. And it's drawn like shrouded, right? It's drawn with like chalk. It's white. It's in the background. It's faded. It's ghostly, you know? But it's looking at this village. It's looking at these people. Like that, the line of sight directly goes to these people. So I think that has something to do with like some Cetra or something like that were wiped out. Before we get into the really creepy stuff down here, we'll go back up here. Look at all these summons that Aerith has seen, right? We've got like what could be Bahamut or Phoenix right here. I think this definitely has some Phoenix properties right here, but it's a peacock, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. Bahamut Zero, maybe? Or Neo, that's not Neo Bahamut. Then we've got this horse down here, this like unicorn wolf looking thing right here. There's several things you can look at and find. You could spend hours just looking at this thing and finding stuff in it. You've got all the animals in nature and stuff like that. Like right in here, you've got a squirrel, you got rabbits, you've got like a cat, and some other stuff. It's like fun kid stuff that you would see, right? Here's where it gets a little crazy. So, this mural is why I feel like Aerith has seen and has knowledge of the Edge of Creation, because the planet has told her about it. Look at the shape of these whales right here. It can kind of be looked at as the same shape of the nebulous forms out there floating around at the Edge of Creation. This pattern, if I zoom out, this right here, this central pattern, I feel like is either Gaia or it's the center of the Edge of Creation, because look at this flower right here in the middle. Doesn't it look an awful lot like the little explosion, or the little, what looks like an explosion area in the center of the Edge of Creation right here? If you look, you can kind of see it. So yeah, I feel like this mural tells the story. You know, we've got the Temple of the Ancients, we've got some Cetra, some Ancients, possibly the people who fought Genova. We've got Ifalna and Aerith over here, right? Ifalna and Aerith, mother and daughter over here. We've got nature, we've got some other kid stuff, but I feel like everything in this thing is a clue to something. Now, as we go further down, things get sketchy, right? So you get down here, and things are more lifeless, right? Now I don't know if this is supposed to be like, this is the world, this is the sea or the ocean or whatever, and then you go down here and this is everything underneath. You got this really creepy looking kid here like one of those, something out of a horror movie, like a messed up doll or something, you know. And then more scribbles down here, but it gets, for some reason, it goes from real lifelike and everything up here to real like scribbly and unfinished down here. And it could be that this is when Aerith and her mother escaped and she didn't have a chance to finish it. That's one possibility. Another possibility is there's a message in the painting. There's a message in the painting. Aerith has been told things. We know she's been told things by the planet. It's communicating with her, and this is her as a child putting down what the planet was telling her. So you all can deep dive into that at your own time or whatever. You can find that image online pretty much anywhere, or you can look at the image in the video, you can pause it, you can check it out, you can look for yourself. So the Edge of Creation, in my opinion, is basically where all of the data for the previous time cycles is stored. The planet knows about it. Sephiroth has been in the center of the live stream for 5 years up to this point. He's been absorbing all this knowledge. He knows about all this stuff. He knows about the previous timelines. He knows all this stuff. And I believe that will be made more plain in Game 2. I think they'll be talking about things more plain. Things will come to light. We're going to, of course, meet other characters. But I think a lot of the mysteries from Game 1 will be wrapped up in Game 2. I think this game's going to go 4 games. I don't know how you could properly wrap it up in 3 games. I think it's going to go 4. Everybody wants to say trilogies and 3s. I think this game shows that you can throw all your previous concepts out the window. You know, this game's not going to adhere to any of that stuff in a good way. I think that's good, though. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it does. What are your all's thoughts about the Edge of Creation? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Let's know in the comments. We'll talk about it. Like I said, I've got that new video segment I'll be doing on Mondays and probably Thursdays if I have enough comments, discussing your all's theories and all that kind of stuff, bringing you all into the conversation, bringing you all into the channel. So if you like that, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for all notifications when I go live with new content, and I will be doing more theory videos and other stuff coming up very soon. So you all keep rocking, have a great day, good to each other, stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.